R button. Now I press the R button.
What's that mean?
Record. Off.
Reverse. Retreat.
Retarded.
Relax.
Retarded.
There you go. Shoot. Being retarded. I got to retard my hair. Hey, don't you know how to close doors?
The last person that touched it was
Was who? I'll let you touch that door.
Elbird. Nah, I forgot to close it. Yeah, I ain't forget.
No, I understand.
We leave our front door open.
Well, we ain't from the country.
You in the South?
That was racial. I'm sorry.
You want me to comb your hair?
Yeah, no.
Let me do your hair.
No, that was
Dad, that's a big difference.
That was racial.
That's a super. You look like a samurai.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a big. You
Shit, what is my phone going on for?
You look like Steven Seagal.
Yeah. I gotta take my mom to lunch today, and after that, about 6 o'clock this afternoon, I'm gonna cut grass.
Why don't you do it at 12?
What's that?
Why don't you do it at 12? Right at 12.
Because it's freaking hot out.
Okay, so the last couple of days have been the hottest days of the year on Earth.
Yeah.
So what? If you can survive that, then you can survive anything.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Shit. We good?
I think we're good.
Are you sure? Check one. Mic check.
Now it's good.
1, 2.
So what you can do is, you see, that's when you just said mic check and all that.
Yeah.
So if you glance over there and you see that it looks like that, then you know you gotta just raise your voice a little more.
I mean, somebody's dead.
Yeah.
Call the paramedics.
See, you good.
All right, sounds good.
So.
All right. Oh shit! Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? For lunch? How about 12:30 or so? What's up? Yeah. I guess, yeah. I'd rather. Well, you don't want to go? Okay, Grandpa. Hey, you'll be a grandpa for me. That's correct. All right, hey, no problem. Go ahead, no problem. We'll do it another time, okay? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mom, but like I said, it'll be about 12:30, 1 o'clock, because it's hot and I'm just taking it easy today. All right. Okay, just tell Mom, okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye. Well, that saved me some money.
Just you and your mom?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, because Lane is going to Ocean Breeze today with Patty. Hey, you know what we could do?
What can we do?
How long do you got today? When you cutting grass?
When I get back home.
When's that?
Whenever I get back home.
Okay. No, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to go to Ocean Breeze.
No, take them, drop them off, and then finish up.
Take them now.
Well, we're taking them at 10 o'clock.
And then come back.
And finish up. If you got time. If not, that's fine. We'll finish up today. Or if you want to do something tomorrow, we do something tomorrow.
Let's do something tomorrow.
All right, let's do something tomorrow. That's fine.
Because, let's do something tomorrow.
My voice is getting more and more.
I mean, it's still picking up. Like, see,
but it's not as loud as it should be, right?
Nah, I mean, you don't want to yell either.
Oh, really? Why not? Okay.
Man,
all right.
It's not. Look, it's always gonna be something until there's like an actual studio where everything is, and then we're like closer together, and so it's always gonna be.
So it's gonna be amateur.
Amateur.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amateur. Well, we
Hey,
got
that's all
amateur.
right.
We got amateur views.
Hey, you're almost professional. You're almost there.
Yeah, I can get there if I put in the money. But damn.
Well, if you need any financing, you know I've got it. So
no, it's not that.
You know what it is? It's pride. You just don't want to. No,
it's not pride.
You just don't want to increase your value because it's not you doing it; it's somebody else.
No, it's this. This is what part of the reason why I do the things that I do the way that I do them, which is not you don't have to. It's to let people know that you can still do something good and of quality without having to go out and blow a bunch of money because you lack the expertise or the effort to learn these different techniques. So, hey, you can still make good music. You can still do a good podcast. You can still do whatever if you just be creative. Okay. That's all. You don't have to have. And for those who don't have it, they be like, okay, well, damn. I can still do something. I don't have to have $1 million to come up with a project.
Okay, now you're going to extremes.
It's not, but that's the way I think.
But that's the way you are. You're going to extremes.
All the way or no way?
Oh, what? Then you'll never get all the way.
All or nothing, because it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, here's my thinking as I'm thinking, okay? All right. Suggestion, okay? If you put not $1 million, but say
half a million.
No, fuck that. No, if you put some money,
I do
to equipment, okay, that can bring the quality up, okay, to a point where hey, this sounds pretty good, better than what we're doing. Why would you do that?
Because I'm not saying spend no money. Well, all right, I bought a mic.
Right.
The software to help to drown out some of the...
I got you.
Those are little things that... a computer. Like, I'm not saying, like, have nothing, but...
Okay, now you're going extreme.
Because if you don't go to the extreme, you wouldn't understand where I'm coming from.
I know where you come from, because you come from a poor black family. I understand that. Okay?
Half black.
Well, whatever. That's even worse. That means you don't even qualify for black.
What?
Yeah. Hey, I'm there too.
Like them.
Yeah, right. Okay. What I'm saying is sometimes pride gets in the way because you do have that. You do have. Oh, you're just making it something else.
It's not.
It is.
How is it pride?
Okay. Every time I offer you money for doing something like car wash, no. The reason why is because you're working, you're earning money. It's the same thing.
Okay, I understand why you think that is pride, because I won't accept money, but hey, I'll accept something else. Friends and family don't always, it's not a transactional thing. That's what I'm trying to get rid of. That's also how I'm trying to show people, hey, you don't need to do a tit for tat. You'll get yours in the end eventually whenever it comes. Just do it because you want to, because it's kind, because you're helping. Don't put yourself in it like, what am I going to get out? Now, if you want to give me a gift card that somebody gifted you that you don't want, okay, I can deal with that. If you want to give me a box of Omaha steaks or some salmon, then I'll take that.
That's right, I got you something.
Then I'll take that.
Okay, all right, here's the thing. Here's my point.
But don't give me something because you ask because if that's the case, then it's a job.
No. Here's the thing.
It's not pride.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, here's how I'm looking at it, okay? When I give to somebody, okay, it means something for me, not for you. It means something for me. That's like I'm a gift giver, okay? So when I give something to somebody, I don't expect nothing in return. I'm doing it because I want to.
Okay, so I could call that pride, but it's not. And so we're at a stalemate because we have similar personalities and similar reasons why we're doing it. Our principles are the same. That's why it comes off like like we're butting heads.
Right.
Because I'm a giver, you're a giver. We don't want nothing in return. So that's the reason we're at that impasse.
Okay.
You see?
I get that. Okay, I get that.
Like, I can't give somebody money. So what can I do? I give them whatever I can, my energy, my time, whatever.
That's what
But you can give somebody money, so that's the way you do it.
And you may be that somebody to help us.
Okay, but I don't want the money. I don't want the money.
That's where pride goes. That's where
friendship.
Pride goes.
I want friendship.
Hey.
Pride would be like, this is pride.
All right,
I don't want the money because I feel like it's charity. Or I don't want the money because, charity. Because I think, I don't want to feel like I'm poor or whatever. It's not because of that. It's because money is a symbol that's always like, it's a transactional thing. And I don't want to do, when you go to the store, what do? You get something, somebody give you money. You do something, when somebody calls me for an appointment, you do something, they give you money. I don't want to see that in this relationship. I don't. What happens when they say about don't do business with family or friends?
Oh yeah.
Why? Because there's money now. It's just once money can damage a lot of things. It can help, but
I got that. Okay, here's my opinion of that. Okay. Between you and me, it's not a business.
I understand.
Okay, but you're creating it as a business because you have abilities that you charge people for because you do that. Okay, all right. I can do something for you other than what you do. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's where I look at it.
Okay, right. All right. I appreciate that.
I know you do.
And the reason why I would do your car, and I don't want nothing in return, is because you have given me stuff. And hey, where these shades at?
But
you just gave me them shades.
Here's the thing.
Them shades saved me at least $20-$40 because those are the best shades. It hurts to not wear them now.
Okay,
they're that good.
Here's the thing. Okay,
those are little things that
when I give you something, okay, that's the end of the transaction.
Of course.
But you're throwing it on me by saying, hey, you gave me something, so I can't.
No, I'm not keeping tally. It's
yes, you are.
It's not tally, it's credit.
What's the difference?
It's like, hey, this person looked out for me in the past.
Yeah.
I didn't say this person looked out for me on December the 2nd.
I got that.
I don't do that. I'm just saying,
that.
I know how he looked out for me before, where his heart was at when he did it. He did it with no agenda. So let me do the same thing. That's all it is.
But I do better.
Okay, is that not pride?
No, that's ability.
All right, that is ability. Yeah, because you balling. You know.
But what I'm trying to tell you though is it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Okay.
And I appreciate that.
I know you do. And you do the same thing. Now, if you had to if the shoe was on the other foot,
I would.
You would do the same thing. Why? Actually, you do it more because you're a giving person than I am.
I got two thick thoughts in my head. Let me hold. Okay. Remind me. Okay, when you're okay now. I would love to somehow if I ever come into a gazillion, let's say one of the songs or this podcast, whatever brings in millions, I would love to have that money generated.
Yeah.
Just so it can flow right back out.
Oh yeah.
Just to show people that just take what you need. You don't have to buy a $3 million home. No. Put this shit right back out into the world. If I get $50 million, then 49.5 will go right back out. You know, that's how it should be. But no, what people are doing, they get $50 million and one goes out.
Yeah, I know.
And then they saying they helping charity. Yeah. No, you're taking more than what you're. But I earned it. No, you didn't. Half that shit is interest. No, you're not earning that shit. It's not. No, you're not out there digging wells and shit. No.
I gotta let these dogs in. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
No.
Last
fresh.
One. Yeah, and then the other one is, see, this could be pride, but it's not pride.
Okay.
Now, remember when, and I hate to bring this up, when your stepmother, when she passed,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
And there was and you was sitting somewhere with someone and they was going over the will.
Okay.
And you was the thought that was coming in your head somebody's about to come into a lot of
right. I got that.
And you kind of felt guilty because your mind was there.
Yeah.
And that it's not that you was a bad guy. It's not that, that you was prideful, but you just don't even want that.
I don't think that way.
Right. You don't, it's just, you don't even want that. So I'm just trying to eliminate,
okay, I got
it's not pride. It's not guilt.
No, it's
but it's just something that you see it that way. And so you don't.
Okay. We see the same thing. Okay. but in different variations.
Yeah.
I got that. All right, let me
I get these dogs.
Edit.
Yeah. Snip, snip.
Yeah, exactly. Hey! Shut up! Go upstairs. Do they know you? I guess they do. Let me get you some water. Come on, get some water. I told you I lost my dog, right?
You lost your dog?
Yeah, well,
Where'd he go?
He passed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd you lose him at? Walmart?
Give me a break. Where'd he go? Oh, I just let the gate open and say, please, be free.
Yeah. You talking about the one with the extra head on his neck?
Yeah.
The Beetlejuice
neck on his head?
The Beetlejuice head?
Yeah, he succumbed. Well,
damn.
I'll tell you later.
Ooh.
Yeah. But anyways, I see your point, but also, here's the thing, okay? I've always said this, and I tell people this all the time, okay? Opportunity knocks very few.
That's true.
Okay, all right. At the time when it does, okay, if you don't answer the opportunity, and you have that mindset, oh, it'll come back again, normally it doesn't.
It will.
Okay. If you're lucky,
right,
the door will knock again. Okay. If you're lucky, the thing is, you got to change that. You got to open that door and say, "Hey."
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's you gotta put your belief aside that you're attached. Can't be attached to beliefs.
Well,
but,
like I said, it's pride.
Well, I wouldn't say it's pride. It can be pride, but not the pride where there's a few different types of pride.
Yeah.
But, I guess we could call it pride in that sense.
Two things. Okay.
Well, it's not as pride as like you're the greatest.
No. Here's what it is it's also fear. Okay. Because you're afraid to step out and maybe do something. If it fails, at least I tried, okay? At least I attempted. Okay, the regret will be, I had the opportunity, but I didn't take it.
All right.
That is the worst regret to have.
That's one thing. But from where I'm coming from is I'm good. Like, all right, is it pride?
I see you're content with what you do. Okay.
Right, because my work is somewhere else.
Right.
You see.
Oh, I see that.
So that's why I know that opportunities is everywhere all the time.
Right.
It's just a matter of when I decide to, because that's just the nature of it.
Right.
Like when if I decided to become a lawyer, if I decided to go out, then I'll just go and do it because it's coming from within. I don't have to like.
Okay, but. It's not the same. I'm talking opportunity. Okay, tomorrow you have the opportunity to do something to improve our situation. Okay? All right. That's the opportunity. Okay?
Am I going to take it or am I not?
That's the whole point. Saying. That's the whole point. Now, you look at it like this way. If I don't take it, what's going to happen? I don't improve.
Everything is going to be okay because... because the improvement that I prioritize, that really truly matters is the one within.
Okay.
And so, all right, is a monk. All right, monks who take vows of poverty.
Yeah.
Is that pride? No, because they have these are certain tenets that they live by in order to grow in other ways.
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
They're kind of already poor, so it's not really a big step, okay? It's not a big step.
So that's my point.
Here's what they're saying. Okay, I'm poor now. I'm going to stay poor.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of them are not poor. A lot of them give away their earthly possessions.
I get
and
that.
And they just go off and do their thing.
But they had the earthly possessions, what I'm saying.
They had it to give away.
Then that's a good thing.
Okay. All right, but I don't have it. And I don't want it because I'm good.
Okay. Hey, I got you. Hey,
hold up. Didn't we just talk about the Four Noble Truths?
Yeah.
One of them
is... Okay, but that's going to the extreme.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, it's going to. All right, if you said this to Bill Gates or what's his name, Elon Musk, or Zach Zefferfin or whatever, Facebook, Meta, new guy, yeah. To them, it's the extreme because that's all they know is billions of dollars. Yeah. So for them, but this is the way. Like at the end of the day,
I get that.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I get that.
That's what I'm saying. But like I said, if I had $1 billion come my way, then it'll go right back out. I'll be right back at zero.
You know what would happen? Okay, you know what happened? You get another billion.
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to tell people. It would be
a complete circle.
That's what I'm trying to show people. Like, don't be afraid to like give what you got because it's gonna come back. Like, it's not a big issue. But you're preventing
me from doing that.
You can do it in other ways.
But this is
all right. So if you wanted to give me some dick, am I gonna be like, you want me to take that because you're preventing me? No. So why is it different with money?
Then don't ask.
No, that's not the point.
Oh, that's not the point. No.
You see?
What? Here's.
I got you on that one.
No. That's a bad. Here's my processes. Okay. All right. It's like if we do this as in a corporation, as a LLC kind of thing. Okay. All right. Meaning that you have the equipment, I have the ability. That goes hand in hand, right? Okay, It's like any company.
Right.
Okay, I need a sponsor. Okay, let's sponsor you. Okay. Let's see where you go from this. Okay, if it goes flat, hey, sponsorship over. But if it takes off, we both take off.
Everybody wins.
Okay, but what you're doing is you're trying to do it on your own.
All on me. It's all on me. I got the world on my back.
That's pride. Because you can say to yourself after everything's done is, I did it myself. Nobody helped me. I can take care of myself.
Nobody. I never say nobody helped me.
That's I'm just saying it's getting to that point.
I never say anybody that said they did it on their own. That's pride. Okay. That's delusion.
I got you. But
there's no such thing.
But that's your way of doing things. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on my own. That's the thing. That's what you're doing.
That's what I start off.
Well, when are you gonna start going?
I start off saying I will do this on my own for as long as I can, but when I can't, I'll ask for help. Okay. Just like when we first moved into the house, and I was changing all the lights and doing the
right,
and I was like, I cannot figure this out. I cannot figure. And I tried. Yeah. At the last thing, what I do? Call Jeff.
Okay.
You came over, you fixed it. I know when to ask for help. I'm not an idiot.
But I understand that. But if you'd have done it like say, I got that because I would do the same thing.
No, but this is the reason. Like we don't know our limits, so you have to push your mind, push your body, push yourself so you can develop that and be creative. If not, was always going to be a ceiling, and then we're never going to get better. You have to find these ways. If I can't find a way, if it's starting to damage my health and now it's getting in the way of other shit, that's when you ask for help. But the most lazy person, the first thing they'll do is, let me order a DoorDash. Or let me order somebody to pick my clothes out for me. No, they don't want to do shit. Like, they don't want to work out these muscles.
Okay. That's other people. I'm talking about between you and me.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, between you and me. Whenever you talk, you go extreme.
Here's another one.
Okay, DoorDash. Come on, man.
Well, because that's how
I never use DoorDash. I go get my own stuff.
This is how I figured out math problems in school.
Okay.
In order to figure out if I'm going the right or wrong.
Off.
No.
Okay.
In order to figure out if I was going the right or the wrong way, I would take it to the extreme. I'll put this number. Well, I'll put a 10.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm going the other way, then I'll put it.
I got
that's the reason. That's how I get back to the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
See if I'm going the right or wrong way.
In certain circumstances, that works. Okay. But not in everyday life. Okay.
Of course, it works. That's why I do everything.
Hey, black.
Magenta.
Wrong answer.
No, I got you, man. I got you.
Hey, the thing is, we can banter about this. We can go over because that's the way we've always been. Okay, and I totally agree.
Oh, this is what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I mean, before I
no, that's
forget.
good. That's good.
Like, for example, you say it's pride because I don't want you to give me money when I, let's say, clean a car or do something. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, that's just that's not pride, because when you offered to pay for a trip, did I say no?
I hadn't paid for it yet.
You hadn't paid for it, but did I say no?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Hey,
I'm not gonna say no.
How do you know?
Because I know that's no. Because that's
How do you know?
I know I'm not gonna say no.
Oh, please.
No, because I would have been said no. And what did I tell you earlier? I don't lie. So if I'm telling you now that I'm not gonna say no, I'm not gonna say no.
You can't accept $40, but you can accept $2,000. Is that what you're saying?
Because
I'm gonna take a trip because I'm not gonna say no, but you're gonna say
no. No. Here's the thing though. Remember I said transactional. Now if you said, hey, I'll buy you a trip if you clean my car. Then
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not saying that, but I'm showing you.
You have to clean my car forever.
No, okay then. Either way, clean my car and I give you a trip, then I wouldn't accept the trip. You see what I'm saying?
I see that. That's
what I'm saying. It's not pride.
Okay, here's the thing. You're using your abilities as a gift. Okay, I'm using my ability because of what's transacted as a gift. Okay? Meaning, but if you take the opportunity to use that gift, okay, to increase our situation, that helps both of us.
I got you.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Now, if you take it to the extreme of saying, I'd rather do it on my own, this is my project, I don't want any help, that's what you do.
If I wanted to do it on my own, then there'll be a one-man podcast. I guarantee you that. It'll be a one-man podcast if I wanted to do it on my own.
Okay.
Always.
But the thing is...
But I don't want to do it on my own.
No kidding, but that's...
Because the quality would not be...
It would suck.
It would be educational, but it wouldn't be entertaining.
Hey, let me listen... Too educational. Sorry.
Yeah, it wouldn't be entertaining.
Of course it
wouldn't be a great product.
Right.
And so
I make it a great product? Thank you.
This is why you're giving... your time, your home.
Okay, all right. Here. Let me ask you something. Okay, all right. If you looked into it, okay, if you really looked into it, to improve what we do. I mean, I like it. This is casual. It's easy.
Yeah, you lying on your couch.
Exactly. It's therapy. Okay, but in order to improve, maybe. Could you see that something could help to improve? Could you look at it that way? Could you investigate?
It's the only. I mean, the quality that would improve. Like I said, with a once I hook up the garage, convert it, and make a studio,
right.
But that, as far as the quality, as long as it's audible, people can hear. It's it's not. That's fine. The only thing that could improve is just viewership, really. And that comes through advertising and this and promoting and all that. But see, that goes against the spiritual tenets of self-promotion. There's a way to do things without compromising your path.
Right. Okay, all right.
I'm not a Christian going out there recruiting people because I feel insecure that I won't get to heaven if I don't get enough brownie points for Jesus. No, that's not. And then too,
good point.
And then it's like, I'd rather it be an organic growth because when people come across it, that's when they're supposed to hear certain things. It's kind of like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Okay.
That way they're receptive. They're not. And a lot of times today, everybody wants to put their message out, boom, boom, which is pride, because what they want to really show is, hey, I'm great. So let me show you that I'm great. The next person said, well, I'm greater. So let me show you that I'm greater than this person that's saying they're great. So let me put my message. Great.
Turd.
then the other person said, well, no, I'm the greatest.
I got you.
So everybody's competing and they're putting this shit out.
And that's pride.
You know, hey, white people is the best. Hey, black people is the best.
I appreciate that.
Republicans is the best and Democrats the best. And no, this whenever shit, you know. I'm not saying marketing is bad, but it's just a way to
it's kind of necessary, ain't it?
There's a way to do it.
What is it called?
There's a way to word of mouth.
No, no, it's what is it? The thing of two evils.
The
lesser of two evils, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of have to dance with the devil in order to, you know. And I understand. That is not my way of thinking. Well,
that's the reason why I like what I do as far as the business, because I don't have to self-promote. It's word of mouth.
Right.
Like, if the quality is good, somebody else's, I don't have to solicit and be bothering people and only talking to people because I see them as a number.
Right. Oh, you see them as a number?
No, that's the reason why I don't. Like a car salesman.
Oh, I got you.
Or like...
you don't see him as $40.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Or...
He's a $40. Oh,
he's 40,
he might be a tip.
He's 80, he's 110. No.
That's not their weight either.
I don't see people as numbers, like as a recruit for this new organization, you know. And so... You just live your life and put your mind somewhere else. Okay. This shit could pop off and it's supposed to... Hey, we got 4 subscribers now.
Damn.
4.
Okay, you, me, and who else?
My cousin.
Okay, who else?
And somebody else. I don't know who the other person is, but...
Is it Sammy?
Nah.
He likes radio, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he likes to be his own. His own disc jockey.
So where's his podcast at? That would be an awesome podcast. I would listen to that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You can only hear about batteries and Michael Jackson.
That's what I'm
so
talking
long.
about, man.
And Freeze, security guard. And Lassie.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
What else?
All right. Let's talk about trips. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, squeeze that one in.
Yeah. This won't be long, but okay. I'm very jealous of your trips, okay? For one thing, you have an itinerary, okay? You have a goal, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, but it's at your own pace, and you don't push yourself to do it.
Hey, if I don't do it, then I don't do it.
That's exactly right, and that's the way I'd love to be. But here's my thing. Like I said, opportunity. If I don't take the opportunity, I'll regret, okay? So what happened with Boston, okay? When I went there, it was like, yeah, we're going, okay.
It was that build-up you talk about.
Exactly.
That's the best part of the trip.
But the thing was, it wasn't there.
The build-up wasn't there?
It wasn't there. That's the sad thing about it, okay.
Well, I can imagine, though.
That's why.
The only reason
It was one of those things like, it's the same thing. You have to do it. Because you're obligated, because you have it.
And because I guess you're... probably fulfilling your wife's wish.
Exactly. And it just, but the thing was, like you would do is you would enjoy it, you would cherish it, you would say, hey, because when are you ever going to do this again? That kind of thing, okay? Right. You always say, well, I'm going to come back, but do you ever? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but it's not the same.
Yeah, that's why I don't like you asked me if I'm going to Puerto Rico anytime. Yeah. No, I've been there. When I'm there, I'm there. Yeah. I don't plan on going back, and so
I got you.
You know,
I'm trying to get in that frame of mind because it's the attitude is seen that, done that kind of thing, where you taken off your bucket list, which that was the bucket list, you know. Before any of this, this is one of those things, but it just wasn't. And the thing was that my fellow travelers, let's put it that way, my fellow travelers didn't have the same spirit I did, okay? And what I felt is, well, what can I get? You know, hey, we're here, you know, and I did say, what do you want to do? Okay? And if it was something that everybody could do, yeah, let's do it, okay? But it seemed like the minute that we're doing it is like, it's not what I wanted to do. And I'm like saying, fuck.
I wonder.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Was it hot?
No.
That day? Or?
No, it was raining, but it was one of those things. No, it was.
Or is not what they normally did?
Yeah.
So if it was outside of their norm, they just.
It wasn't. When you do something like you have an adventure spirit, okay?
Because you look forward to doing new things and being challenged.
Exactly.
I think that was
That's it. There was no challenge. Okay.
No, people don't like to be challenged.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you try to do things, yeah.
And it was one of those things. Well, pride. I paid for this. Why aren't we, enjoying it more? And the thing was, I anticipated something that wasn't there. To begin with.
Wishful thinking?
Yeah, exactly. And to me, it was my fault. I take the blame for it all. Because when I saw their attitude, that attitude attached to me, and it grew.
I see what you're saying.
It grew. And
that's hard not to let it, because when you're around, let's say, downers or negativity, you now have to work double hard. You have to work, put in the effort to get back to square one, and then put in just to get back to be positive.
All right, say for instance, all right, we went on a tour, okay? I'm trying to absorb things, trying to, hey, look, whoa, and I see, taking selfies of themselves. Like, dude, are you serious? And it was one of those things where you can do that at home. You don't have to do it here because we're here. We're trying to experience something together. And I remember when I was growing up, if we did something together, it was like everybody participated. Everybody, it was the same. It was one of those things where you were part of the group. But if you went and did something on your own, it was like, hey, come back here. We're trying to get this all. There was time to go away. Okay. There was time you
had do your own thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. But you don't do your own thing while you're in the group. Okay, because it's basically telling you, "Hey, I don't need to be here. I can be on my own."
Yeah, it's it's disrespectful.
Oh,
not only to you, but also to your wife, who initiated this whole thing.
Yeah, and one of the things is I had to buy extra seat, and I tried to sell the other 2 seats. Never could, so I got stuck with those. But I kept looking where the seats were. That was it, And I mean, we had pretty good seats.
Just like your mama. Look at you. Just look at you. Look at you.
Ocean breeze.
Oh yeah.
All right, you got time to go take her? We take her, or what you want to do?
What time is it?
10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we can go right up there.
You feel like it?
Yeah, we
can cut this and do it tomorrow if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, we can cut it and then I'll ride with you, and then when I come back, I'll go home.
All right, you sure?
Yeah.
You don't have to go.
I mean, I'll ride with you. Who gonna ride with you back?
Me.
Okay then.
All right, let's go.
What was you saying now? Oh yeah, the dream. I had a dream.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to do the video. It was the song played.
Oh really? Okay.
I had already written and did the song.
Okay.
But it was I just had a dream, and I played it on my CD player in the car.
Right.
And I woke up singing it, kind of type thing. So I was like, I need to try to do something with this.
Okay.
I haven't heard the song in ages. So I was like, out of all the songs, if that's the one that was playing in my head.
Right. How long ago?
Years ago, it was years ago.
Okay.
It was when I was going by the handle Judas Manuel.
Okay,
That's
there you
years
go.
ago.
Yeah.
And then now it's J Manu, but actually it's now just gonna be Joey.
Yeah.
And that was always actually at first when it was Judas.
Why'd you pick that?
Come on now.
Come on, what?
All right. So I picked Judas, right? Judas Manuel. Manuel is my middle name, or Manuel. So,
no kidding, really?
Yeah.
Like Emmanuel Labor?
Like manual labor, ain't that something? Oh,
they put a sticker on you, man.
And so one of the stories that always kind of stuck with me was the Jesus Judas.
Okay, Judas Iscariot.
Right.
Yeah.
They say God has a plan, Jesus has a plan, and he knows everything, and everything's already set, and it was written type thing, and everything's a prophecy. I'm like, okay, so he has a plan, and he knew that the plan was a plan before he planned it, type thing. So the plan was to intervene.
Was it inevitable?
Right.
Okay.
So I was like, well, if that's the case, then it was always planned that Judas would betray Jesus so that Jesus could save the world.
Right.
So without Judas, there is no salvation.
No.
It's not really about Jesus, is it? Or is it not? So without Judas's betrayal, which is an evil act, there is no salvation for the rest. So then how can Judas be punished eternally in hell if that was part of the plan that Jesus or God uses to move and like...
All right. Now...
So, hold on. So,
okay. All right.
So my thing is, so that was one reason. The other reason was Judas betrayed Jesus. In other words, he turned his back on him. And that's something that at that time, my level of consciousness, I felt I had to do in order to grow in a way that I couldn't grow previously, and in order to benefit man well. Okay. So I kind of play on. So I had to turn my back on Jesus to do something greater.
So did you cut your ties then?
I cut my ties. And so that was that.
Okay.
It wasn't, there's always the meaning of something.
That's pretty good. That's a good.
But I always knew. Then I came across something else, and I was like, well, then I'm gonna have to drop this eventually anyway. I'm gonna have to dissolve it all.
Yeah.
And so that's the point where now I went from Judas Manuel to J Manu to Joey.
What's the Manu?
It's shortened for either Judas Manuel or Joey Manuel.
Okay.
So J Manu, but Manu is also the original creator of man.
No kidding.
And
so you're God, huh?
In Hindu philosophy type thing.
Wow.
So you're a God too, though.
Well, you first.
Yeah.
Hey,
anyways.
No, the thing about Judas Iscariot, okay, like you said, that is true, okay. Judas was a sacrificial pawn too, like Jesus was, okay. And if you really look at it like you did, where you took on his moniker as far as becoming Judas, okay, Jesus already forgave him, okay. And what was the signal? What was the signal to determine who was the leader? That's right.
The kiss.
Exactly. And at that moment, when Jesus received the kiss from Judas, he knew that my plan is complete. Okay. And the one thing that I also get is how guilt drove him to do what he did. You know what he did, right?
Killed himself.
Right.
Hung himself,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Did he kill himself before or after Jesus died? See, that's the key on situations where Jesus was on the cross and he said, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they do." Okay? Now, if he said that before he did it, I think he would be in the go pattern, but he did it afterwards. So I think he's covered all bases as far as Judas, and Judas is sitting next to him now. If we
right, I got you.
Yeah. You know, because that's the thing. That's how God makes the complete where everybody gets out. You know, even though you had to do a part which you did. He didn't want to do it to start with, and who put the thought in his head? Who did?
Jesus.
No. No.
We had to.
No, he didn't.
God did it.
No, well, who was working with who was God's nemesis at the time? Come on, outside. Go.
Pontius?
Huh?
Pontius?
No. The devil.
Well, if by that rationale, then damn, the devil was sitting next to Jesus too.
In the sense that if he hadn't fallen.
There ain't nobody in hell according to that rationale. And hell is the most vacant,
you think
derelict place.
Is it there though? Is it there?
What?
Is it there? Is hell there?
Well, I'm just saying, following the story according
okay,
to
I got
that.
you.
According to the, of course, hell's not there.
Right. Let me see what this is. Hello. Hello. Oh. I can't. No, I can't give it to politicians. I'm sorry. I just can't do that. If it was for directly to the veterans, I'd say yeah, but no, I can't give it to any politician. I'm sorry. Okay. I understand that. But where's the money go to? Okay. That's not happening. I'm sorry. I can't help you. That's good. I don't do that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So.
Are we recording this?
Yeah, we're recording.
How long we started?
I don't know.
Was it manual thing or was it?
Yeah.
Really? Good.
Yeah.
I wanted to catch that story.
Yeah, so the hell. So, I said by that rationale, then there's nobody in hell.
Right.
Like, hell shouldn't even exist. I mean, according to the Christian thing.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't, but according to the Christian thought, it does exist. But by that rationale, where everybody is covered by, God covers everybody, there ain't nobody down there.
Okay.
Even the devil sitting next to Jesus.
The thing is,
God forgive him, for he did not know what he did when he did what he did.
When he talked about he, that means man. Okay. Now, the devil is of a different species. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
The devil is a different spirit. It's a different spirit. Okay. You have to quantitate who the devil is.
So I understand that part, which is good. I love it. It's good.
All right.
So, all right. So, God forgives man, but he doesn't forget spirit.
Okay. Spirit is on a different realm.
Spiritual being.
That's on a different realm.
Okay, but why? Okay, so why? Why?
Okay. Here's the thing. When God created man, okay, and
I want to hear. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
When
Actually,
God created man in His own image, okay. The angels were already created. They were already in their realm, okay. Which I don't know what they had to do.
That's fine. I keep going. I like this train of thought. I really like this.
Here's the thing. Okay, once man got into the situation where what happened? If we
disobeyed.
Exactly. He went around and basically man wanted knowledge. Man was curious. Woman was curious. They had to find out, hey, what else is there? I mean, you can only be content so long, okay? Before you have to grow. So eventually in the story, he decided to grow. Well, when you grow, you make mistakes. You make good choices, you make bad choices. Okay, well, you got to qualify who makes the bad choices and where they come from. Okay, now this is stupid.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Okay.
It's really not.
Okay, well, if you look at Job and the story of Job, if you got to go that far back, okay. God and the devil were almost like not companions, but they were like competitors. Okay, where God gave the devil his due as far as his elevation because who he was. What do they call him? Bright morning sun, bright morning star. He was
the
up
greatest
there.
of the greatest.
Right, but what happened to him? He corrupted himself, meaning that I can be better. Okay,
isn't that the same thing that Adam and Eve was doing?
Exactly,
I can be better.
but this is before. Okay, this is before all that happened with Adam and Eve.
So what you're saying is that God created the angels in that realm,
right?
And he said that, okay, for the angels, I won't forgive them, but when I make this creation, I'll forgive them.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay, here's my thinking though. Here's my
right.
Okay. If you consider what the angels were, okay, did they have knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, were they superior beings over than they considered they had power?
Right.
Okay, and what happens with power?
Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, that's what they say.
Okay, that's what they say. Well, you get some people who, or some divisions will go with such as we'll separate. Such as the Christians.
Okay.
The Christians will say, "Hey, I understand who has the power. I will not corrupt myself because I will follow the such and such." But then there are the other ones, such as the Satanists, okay, who want power, and in order to gain power, they must worship the person that had the power. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Two things.
All right, we're going that way.
No. That's cool.
That's abstract.
It's not abstract. There's no such thing as abstract. Only for the mind that's just stuck in literal fantasy.
Okay.
That doesn't even make sense. That's an oxymoron. Literal fantasy? Yeah, okay. I know there's no such thing as a dumb question because people believe this dumb shit.
I think it's the best thing is can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
right.
The one. Yeah.
So all right. So according to that rationale, which I'm not saying you subscribe to, I'm just saying this is stuff that
we're throwing out.
Right.
Yeah.
There's basically in hell, there's only angels. Then there's no man.
Okay.
Because God forgive them for what they have done, and that's how he covered his ground, according to that rationale. So everybody, Judas, and everybody else is sitting next to Jesus, and there's only angels down there with the devil. That's one.
Pretty much.
Two, both of them were imperfect. If you're not God, you're imperfect. Of course you're gonna make a mistake. Didn't God know this when he even thought about making angels?
Okay.
And here's another one. People want to go to heaven, right? Because that's the greatest place, not on earth. That's Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
That's the greatest place, right, to go. That's your reward. And why do people think that? Because of all the pain and suffering down here, right? They want to go to a place where everything is just blissful for eternity, right?
It's your imagination.
But here's the thing. Yeah, I'm looking at you like this. Here's the thing, right?
I can't. I'm looking away.
Look, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
You're looking at that cross right there.
I see it.
That torturing device.
That's not.
That was made famous by the Romans.
Yeah, but
before Jesus was even thought of.
Now, can you say something?
Hold on. Let me stay on this subject. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Everybody want to go to heaven because it's the most euphoric place for eternity, right? No suffering, right? There's no chaos, no nothing. Well, guess what? You know there was a war in heaven, right? Right? You know there was pride in heaven, right?
Yeah.
You know there was corruption, self-corruption, according to that rationale.
Right.
So much so that they had to exile some people, some folks. You don't exile anybody unless they're trying to throw a coup. All right? He was trying to throw a coup in heaven. This nigga said, look, I am greater than God. Okay? A coup in heaven.
Yeah. Which
means what? That there is a battle, there is fighting, there is corruption, there is pain, there is the slaughter, there is whatever. There's a war in heaven. So no, you want to go to that place? You can go to that place all you want. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to Disneyland.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Good. No, hey, that's a good analogy. Analogy.
Analogy.
Yeah.
Anal.
Yeah, very anal. Okay.
Good anal work.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Analology.
2 and 2 together. All right. Here's the thing. Okay. There are many aspects of the story. Okay.
Aspects. We're going to continue with
we're
that.
Going there.
Okay.
We're going there. Okay. All right. You have to have a timeline as far as the consideration of what occurred. Okay. Of course, heaven, but they're considering what is heaven now, not of what.
Oh my!
Here's the thing. Here's the
All
thing.
right, go ahead,
What happened? What happened when the devil said, "Hey, I'm going to take over this joint now and see what I can do about it." Well, he says, "Hey, I'm the boss, and you know." You
got to go.
You got to go. You hear your pink slip. Here's your papers, and I'm gonna say you go down there. You have your fun down there, okay? Which he supposedly did, okay? Well, he has the realm of this world, okay? Now, the only protection that we have from this world is the forgiveness of Jesus Christ. That's it, okay? And the acceptance that he forgave you, which he did on the cross. Meaning that whatever you did in the sense of creating sin or anything, he forgave you. But the key to the situation is you have to acknowledge that he did that. See, that's the whole answer to salvation.
Forgive me for what?
Forgive you for your...
Because I was...
Okay.
Forgive me for some shit that he started?
Well, here's the thing. You have to take responsibility for yourself.
Of course.
What is free will? Free will is accepting the fact that you can do anything you want, but you have to take responsibility. That's what free will is. Meaning you accept it. Nobody's telling you what to do. You're doing it on your own. Now, if you go the good path, fine. If you go the bad path, hey, your responsibility for that is there. Now, you have to take that on yourself. Now, those people who took the bad path, if they didn't follow what supposedly the formula of salvation, they have to dwell in this realm. Okay? They might not be here and living, but they are in spirit. Okay? The evil that is here will stay here. The positive, the giving, the love, the whatever, it can't exist with the evil here. So it has to go somewhere. So it goes where? It goes where God is. And God is love. And love attracts love. How's that? Is that good? I think that was pretty good. That was off the cuff. But that is just a sermon that is just a sermon that in my belief system, But I understand
because we have the choice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the choice.
Exactly.
I guess we have a choice. I mean,
it's almost so simple. It's complicated. It's so simple. Okay?
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm trying. It is simple.
It is simple.
But we complicate it. Yeah, we have the choice.
Yeah.
We are responsible. So, what is this destiny and fate and all-knowing thing? Why pray again?
Okay, all right, I got that. Okay, here's one of the things that I feel that doing that, okay, doing that act or doing good deeds or doing anything like that, it reinforces your nature. Okay, it reinforces your being. It gives that being the glow that it uses. Well, when something does happen, that you can accomplish those things that need to be done. Or when the finality of what happens to you, you can go in peace and say, "Hey, I've done the best I can, and I'm ready to go." To me, that's what that. And in the opposite sense, okay, God gives you that spirit. Okay, that spirit has a natural glow to it. Now, when you start doing the takeaways and the hurting and the stealing and the lying and the cheating, that glow seems to darken. Okay, it goes to the opposite effect. What happens when it goes out? that means you're lost.
So here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing is, okay.
This is a tough. Why did we get on this?
It's not tough. It's not tough. It's super simple.
I understand.
So
that.
in order to you do good,
Yeah.
you go to heaven.
No, it's not that. It's not. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh no. Okay, you do good and you believe in Jesus, you go to heaven.
No, that's not what I'm saying either.
So what are you saying?
All right. Basically, it's your life. Okay. Okay. You're given the opportunity to be here. You're right here. I'm right here. To live. How many years you're gonna live? Okay. In that time frame, you have things that you can do on the good side, which you've been taught, or which you acquire yourself, or you decide to go the opposite way. Like, I'm going to go for the pleasure part. I'm going to go for the me. Hey, it's all about me. I'm going to take care of myself. Screw everybody else. It's me, okay? Well, those that go for others will be enlightened, and those that go with the dark, with the me, will become the darkness. That's my thinking. Okay, you do have free will. Everybody has the same opportunity as far as going where they want to go. It's up to them to decide. That's what free will is.
Okay, but that goes you back to the first part you said, that, which is why the name Judas came up.
Okay.
But by that rationale, Judas should be in hell. Because it was me.
Okay.
Who are we to decide what's part of God's plan and what is not? Or what Jesus' plan and what is not?
I get you right there. Okay.
Who are we to say what is free will? Why do we could pick and choose what's free will and what's God's will?
Okay.
What's the deciding factor?
All right. The deciding factor. Now, this is where you get that the deathbed confession and things like that. Okay. All right. That means you're not gone all the way. You know what I'm saying?
So you can do whatever you want, but on your deathbed, you can have some type of remorse, and then everything is done. God forgive them for you, and then you go to heaven.
He's gonna forgive you whether you do or not.
So then, why are you in hell? It goes back to the whole Judas thing. Everybody has condemned this man for doing.
Just because you took his name don't mean you're going to be a martyr. Is that what you're doing?
What I'm saying, no, because
Okay.
Judas, it could be any other sinner that's out here walking this world right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we decide that when Jesus on the cross says forgive them, but he already took Judas into account. How come he ain't take everybody else into account? Who are we to say what he's taking into account and who's not? Like, Judas had a choice.
Okay.
Judas had a choice like everybody else has a choice.
I get that, but the caveat is recognizing that who he is, the person that forgives. That's the point.
No, okay, but but I understand that.
You know that? Okay.
But who are we to make that judgment now? Like, okay, so Jesus decides to forgive Judas, but Jesus is not going to decide to forgive homeboy over here. I don't. That's the part that.
Okay, I understand.
Judas had free will when he killed himself, but he didn't have free will when he betrayed Jesus, because that was part of the plan. Like, we're just picking and choosing
I know.
to fit the story.
That's what I'm trying to.
Which is free will in itself, picking and choosing.
So nobody's right, nobody's wrong?
So no, what I'm saying is we can't have it both ways. Okay. We can't say this is part of the plan that has always been, and God is omniscient and he knew everything from the beginning, and when he created spirit and then man and this, and that's a plan and that's destiny because that's the way it, and then on the other hand, well we have the free will to choose. Because then it's not. Like, okay, am I going to pack this up and walk out the door right now? I have the choice right now.
Go.
Right? But now,
see you later, bye.
So if I don't choose to do that, this was always part of the plan. We were meant to be here because it was perfect timing. But then if I do choose, right, then that was perfect timing and it was meant to be, and that was part of. So damn if I do and damn if I don't.
It's just the different timelines. You may come back around for you to have this opportunity again.
may or may not based on my choice.
What is life? What is life?
No.
Life is not a guarantee. Nothing's guaranteed.
Of course, that's my point. What we're saying is that God and His whole omniscient, all-knowing, that He knows He knows the past, present, and future before it even happens. That's my point. He's, according to the Christian philosophy, it is a guarantee. Everything is a guarantee. But yeah, you have free will, and yeah, we want to pray for a request for our free will to be intervened by His God's will. Then we sit back and say, well, I believe, God, that was meant to be because God wanted. Like, who are we? We can't even. We have no discipline to handle our own lives, but yeah, we want to know what's in God's mind.
All right. Okay.
But make that fit.
Okay, here's the fit. Okay. All right. We also have to remember where we're at.
We're on Earth.
On Earth. Okay. Did I explain to you who has the realm of the earth? And it was given to him.
Okay, but if that's the point, why are we praying for God to intervene on the realm of the devil's earth?
It's to keep you going.
So then there is no... Oh, my goodness. Another one is this.
Okay, go ahead. Throw this in the mix.
Another one is this. Okay. Satanism, they don't worship
No, they don't.
Satan.
No, they don't.
All right. They're what it is, and this is why... What it is they worship... they don't even... Why would I say worship? You have the ego, and then you have everything else. Okay. So you got the individual, and then you got which actually the word individual means whole, because in is not an individual. But anyways, the word, you got the single person, the individual.
Okay.
And then
the whole person.
And then you got the individual, and then you got the whole
group. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so what they're focusing on more is the individual, as it pertains to their growth and their whatever. As far as like you said, pleasure, ego, and then you got the more holistic type, which is the community, the whole spirit, and all that. So it's not like they worship Satan; they just worship the darker side of God.
Okay. Which,
when God created itself, it created light and dark. So these are two different aspects that are the yin and the yang. That's all it is. Satanism is the yang, and then
here's what we're
God is the yin.
Here's what we're trying to do, okay? Which you can't do, okay? I mean, you can try, but it just doesn't fit. You can't put God in a box, okay?
That is the point.
You can't do it,
Thank you.
Okay?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Right. I try to explain that to certain people where, hey, he's this, he's that, he's that. No, you don't know who he is.
The thing is this. God, as soon as you say what God is, it is not.
Yeah.
So that's how elusive that is.
That's why you can't capture the essence of who he is, unless he wants you to. And I know you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I see people now. Get this, okay? I see people that get the touch. Okay,
that's it. But of course, we get a glimpse. We get a touch.
Isn't that enough?
We get a whisper.
Isn't that enough?
Of course, it's not enough.
No, I mean it's enough to do what they do, though.
Oh,
for instance, artists. For instance,
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's enough.
Yeah,
or even do great humanitarian.
Exactly.
Right. It's a touch. Everybody has that touch.
Right.
Now, see, that's what the Satanists want to do. They want to just focus on that touch.
Yeah.
We are that touch.
Right.
That's constantly moving around here. Like a touch that's encased in mud. That's what we are.
Yeah.
And that's what the Satanists focus on, where the others want to focus on the source of that touch.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And you have both. That's just the volley back and forth.
Yeah.
And so, but there's no way that in this body you're gonna get that full thing. Now, the more you let go of these sheaths, then the more access you have to that, because the closer you are to that source.
Okay.
then you'll get more expansion in consciousness, which is why people are so addicted to drugs and hallucinogenics, because this weakens these outer sheaths and gets you closer, but it's for a moment. That's why they got to shoot right back up.
Gotcha. Okay.
But what happens is every time they shoot back up or sniff that whatever or do whatever, take those ayahuasca drinks or whatever, you're weakening the body even more and more and more. There's a way to do it where you're actually strengthening your body, or at least coming back to zero,
right?
And still get in touch.
The side effects are the kicker.
You don't have to. You don't have to compromise the vehicle to get in touch with it.
Yeah.
What you have to do is work and develop. Yeah. But people don't want to do that, so they'll take some drugs, LSD, mushrooms, and then they'll get this thing, and then but it's fake, it's fleeting.
Yeah.
It's like steroids.
Yeah.
You take steroids, you do 2 reps, and now you all walk around looking like Dwayne Johnson or Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
But then you stop it, and that shit, you just got flab everywhere. Instead of working that shit. And so that's the point. So yeah, we get that touch, but we ain't nowhere near.
No.
We ain't nowhere near get. If we did, we would explode. We would explode, and that's why you hear a lot of people who achieve the enlightenment. Yeah. Soon after, they're gone. Yeah. The body can't handle that much information. Right. It's just what I don't know how the electrical analogy, but overload, but was it volts or amps through a gauge or whatever?
Yeah,
it's too much for that gauge, and so it just.
Yeah, I get that point. Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, but what they say, it's a never-ending story.
It's a never-ending.
And you don't know the answer until the end. And the end is where you don't know where you're at until you find yourself.
That's deep.
That's deep. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
All right, that was cool.
So that was good. Yeah.
What else we got? Oh, we left off yesterday on the Boston trip.
Oh, the Boston trip. Okay.
Yeah, we was talking about when you travel, you want to, do a little something differently. You don't want to be on the phone and be taking selfies and lounging around and.
You want to be almost the opposite of what you are normally. You know what I'm saying? You want to be outside yourself. Okay, here's one of the reasons I like taking trips and things like that. Okay, say for instance you're in your job where I used to be when I used to work at in plastics department. Okay, and you're doing a piece at a time. Okay. You're staying in the same spot. You're like a robot doing the thing. Okay, but you're existing.
I had a job like that at the Virginia Pilot.
No kidding, really?
Yeah, when we load up the newspapers.
Yeah. And put right.
That vibrator so I can, and then boom.
Okay,
boom.
So you understand that. Okay.
God.
When I get into a situation of that randomness, that just blank, it's just the blank. My mind clicks and says, "Okay, where'd you go yesterday, or where'd you go? Remember that time you were here?" And you're almost cast into that, and you could see it in your mind's eye. You can see that mountain. And say, "Whoa!"
That's actually a good. Those are great jobs, which is why I like the.
Yeah, exactly. Because it frees your mind because your body's doing the automatic and your mind is on a different place.
If you use it properly, it can become a meditation.
And that's to me. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's my meditation, where it gets me through the boring. Okay, or if I'm, it's like a slideshow. And it helps me focus. It helps me focus, like to remember something minute. And it's
that's why I forgot my wallet.
Exactly. Did you?
No.
Okay, but that's what I do, and that's it's like a fuel for me, like to go to Boston. Oh wow, it's something different. I've never been here. I want to experience everything. And then you get the group that you're with, who want to maintain their status quo of being where they were without being. You know what I'm saying? They're at home basically, And it's like, no, you can't. You gotta adventure. You gotta, you gotta have that attitude of what's next. Let's see what. If you don't have that attitude, I don't want to be near you.
Yeah,
I have to stay on the same, volume of adventure.
Yeah, I think it's us taking things for just for granted. You don't really know how later on.
Yeah.
Years they're gonna look back and they're gonna be like, damn, that was an opportunity that I could have took to.
I think the saddest thing about living your life is that regret. It's almost regret to me is like a sin.
Well, you see, it's funny because we talked about regret the last podcast.
Right.
Yeah,
it just keeps coming back because if people don't realize that you only go around once in life.
In this body,
in this realm, and if somebody, opens a door for you and you just close and say, next time, that door will never be opened again.
It'll be open again,
but it won't be the same. It won't be.
It might be better because
I can't.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
trust me, I'm not trying to be.
I see.
What they call that? These are sophist arguments where you try to be clever and all.
Yeah.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I feel that way. Some doors won't be open again. Not that way, of course, not that way. But it might be in a lesser way. It might be in a greater way because God would always find a way to get itself to that next step.
Yeah,
it might take this person a couple lifetimes. Yeah. This is why certain philosophies that are outside of monotheistic beliefs, religions, that's where everything fits perfectly. Yeah. Because where a lot of suffering comes because we think that when we do things or don't do them or have these regrets, shames, and guilts, it's the finality of it. Right. Or when we lose someone, or I will never see them again. Right. Or I will never get to do. That's what's going on now. The fear of missing out. Right.
Oh yeah.
I gotta do it now. I gotta.
What's that called? FMO?
Yeah. So I would never.
Right.
So let's say lose somebody or.
I see that's the extreme, okay? I see that as the extreme, okay? And I think God is a God of second chances, like you say.
Endless
chances. Okay. But it's getting to the point where people are, I'm sorry, they're lazy.
Of course.
Like you said. Shit. And they're getting to the point where
I did a whole blog on what laziness is. Of course.
It's not getting any better unless people listen to this and
this is the answer,
and just open their minds up to the fact that if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And that's, these simple phrases, these captions, these
cliches.
Yeah, exactly. They're true to their nature because that's what they are. They get people to the next step. If you don't take it, that step's going to take a while before you get to it.
That's the thing. It's going to come back and it'll take a minute. Like I said, it might be less, it might be greater because at that time, it just wasn't for them. Yeah. It just wasn't for them. Whatever experiences they had until that time, it just didn't trigger anything.
I get that, but I think the biggest thing is fear. Fear is the prevention of positivity and the prevention of expansion. You're so afraid of saying, if I do this, I'll lose this. Okay. Well, if you're holding on to that so tight, you're going to lose it anyways. It doesn't matter, and you're going to hurt worse when you lose it from just not doing anything. But if you expand and you do lose it, but you gain something more important, you're in a better realm than you're at,
Which is that's my whole thing when it comes to religion.
Yeah. Okay.
We're faced with all this experience and information and knowledge and wisdom, but yet we cling on to these old beliefs. Why? We're afraid to let go because of fear, because that's all we know and we don't know what's on the other side. Yeah. But if you let go, then your consciousness can expand and you'll realize, hey, I don't need that no more because God is greater than what I thought. It's not that it doesn't exist.
No.
It's just that it's greater than what I thought at that time.
And
which is beautiful.
One of the biggest things where people say that God is everywhere, God is, that. Well, he is, because if we go by what we say, we are God because he is in us, he is around us. And the thing is, when you what is our whole point of our being is to get to the source. And that's where it's at. And if you don't hold back, if you stop, if you stop your travel to where he is, that's when you get that fear.
Now here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, and this is what is Satanism.
Okay.
It's like I'm a endorser for Satanism, right?
It's called what do they call it? The devil's
apologist.
No,
devil's advocate.
That's what you are.
Yeah.
Hey.
So here's the
Judas. Go ahead, Judas.
So you got that aspect, which is the touch,
right?
And then you have the source,
right?
Now that's the both ends. This thing I call it.
Okay. Okay.
So neither he nor she is gender neutral. Finally, that actually applies.
It works.
It
yes.
finally applies.
Because it has nothing to do with
right, but it
balls
applies.
And yeah.
So,
okay, go
threw
ahead.
me off at the balls. You threw me off at the balls.
Hey, I'm talking.
So you have you got the touch that's trying to get back to the source.
Right.
Now this is where free will comes in.
Yeah.
If you want to remain the touch, nothing is wrong with that. That is where you decide. That's it.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
You can go back. It's when you want to, and right. you can go home when you want to. You can stay out when you want to.
Okay, got
but there is no sin.
Okay, all right. That's a good.
You
analogy
see,
of
like
what that is. Yeah.
It's not like you're condemned. The devil wants to go. He wants to stay. Lucifer wants to stay in hell. That's it. Now, when you want to clean your act up and go somewhere else, then you clean. There is no. That's the free will.
Okay.
But you're not being held in contempt for choosing what you choose.
I think one of the biggest things when they talk about free will, they talk about the negative aspect of it.
Because they're looking at, and the negative is negative, but they're looking at the negative as negative, and it's not.
No. It's what would you rather have, free will or no free will? It's a free will because you have the ability to go or no go. Right. It's up to you, and that's the key to living itself.
And all right, so I had two thoughts in my head. One, I was going to say, it's like the battery in your car.
Yeah.
You got the positive and you got the negative.
Yeah.
Positive is just the positive and the negative is the negative, but you need both of them. You need both of them.
Right.
I forgot the other one. It was about free will.
That's a good
the free will one, or the will is, we confuse it because we think we have free will, but it's simply a reactionary existence. Where we're hit with a stimuli and we're reacting, thinking that it's free will.
Right. Okay.
Now, a baby has a certain amount of free will, but it's still boxed in. It still has but certain options.
It's dependent on
until it grows and develops. Works. Now, when you get to a kid, right? Yeah. Saying the free will, all that expands. Now, will and free will and freedom, all this is power. Yeah. But this power has to be developed or bestowed when you're ready. Yeah. Now you get to a teenager, and you get to a young adult, you get to an adult. The more you grow, the more power, the more free will, the more control you have over your environment. Right. But you have to earn that shit. If not, you're going to destroy the environment, and then where are you going to exact your free will?
Exactly.
Like the age old, you don't give a AK-47 to a 6-year-old. Because the power, there's too much power. There's not the mind and understanding is not there to control that power. Right. Now, if you give that to an adult, not in today's age, because they'll do something stupid with it, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they might, so that's it.
That's good.
You good? And we're gonna go get somewhere.
That's deep.
We're getting somewhere.
That's deep. I like that.
We're getting somewhere.
This is.
It's just good analology.
This is an accumulation of our entire podcast situation where we're bringing out just who we are and what we are, And once you find that out, then you go, then you do, then you create, and that's it, man. That's good.
I like that. Create.
Yeah.
Co-create. We are co-creators.
Yeah.
That's all we are. That's why this whole idea of perfect timing.
Yeah.
Isn't that you have this outside divine intervention?
Okay. All right.
No, we're co-creators.
I got you.
Is there divine perfect timing for a serial killer when the cop didn't show up when he was supposed to? Is that divine intervention? No, that's just co-creation. You made that shit happen right there at that time, And plus, you have help. You have help. It ain't from this one almighty source, but there are beings around that stick around in order to help.
I think it's the beings that were here before.
Of course, yeah. This is where you have a lot of religions that do ancestor worship.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And worship is such a strong word. People are so conditioned to believe worship is like groveling at somebody's. It's just paying homage, paying honor, like respecting. Like you value what they've done before, and so you're gonna show your gratitude in some way.
There you go.
The best kind of worship is when you're not expecting anything.
There you
So
go.
people worship when they give.
Yeah.
So it's but yeah, you have those religions that just solely that's all they do is focus on ancestor worship, and and they plead to them, help, just like you would plead to your mother or your brother or something like that.
Well, yeah, we can go to negative on that too, but I'm not going to go there. You're stuck. Hey, buddy, you're going on. Hey, no. That I do that myself. Where you bring up people, or you bring up, influencers of your life that are gone, and you raise them up to the point where, hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. That kind of thing,
I mean, I ain't gonna kiss your ass.
No, not that.
I'll say thank you, but I ain't gonna kiss your ass.
All right, the Boston thing.
Oh yeah, Boston.
Let's get back to that. Okay. It was a necessity for me to go. Okay, but here's the thing. I'd rather do something that I want to do than I have to do. A necessity is something that you have to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A necessity is you eating. A necessity is your breathing. A necessity is something you have to do to exist. Okay, which sucks because it's your free will is not in the picture. Okay. Yeah, you can quit, but what happens when you quit? There's nothing left. But what I'm saying is I had to go. And it was one of those homage things too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But when you don't have the same surroundings,
support.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That it just drives it into the ground where it means nothing. And it takes away from all the effort. And they don't realize it. That's the key. If they would just have opened their eyes and just realize that, hey, there's something here, more than just going to a ball game, more than just, no, I see their point though. They were looking after me, but they're doing it in the sense that I can look after myself. Do it for somebody else that's not here.
The only thing that I could, just to give the benefit of the doubt, because before I lay the hammer on somebody, before I lay that final Judy judgment down, I have to give you the benefit of the doubt. The only thing that I can think of is that maybe, which still goes back to fear, maybe if they focused on that, that they would break down. Like they didn't want to, we're here for, that's the only thing.
That is the best thing that you could have said about that, because I focused on that some. Okay, I did. I admit it, because when you're grieving, you grieve alone.
Because what is but a distraction?
Yeah.
And that's what it sounds like they were. Distracted. Going to distract.
Here's the thing. If I'd have known that was their distraction, I wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
You can be distracted at home because you're doing pretty damn well at home, distracting yourself from the situation.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It was a great thing that was a great trip.
Yeah.
Because you know your plans, what you want to do, where you want to go in the future.
Yeah.
And that was a taste test.
Yeah.
That was a measuring stick, a litmus test on, okay, I see where they're at. Maybe I'm glad we didn't take it to all the way across the world first, and you're going to have to gauge where they're at before you make any type of real commitment.
I think the biggest thing is when you travel with somebody, okay, you're kind of dependent on them. And that's hard because a lot of times when you depend on yourself, you do a lot better. Or you don't have as many regrets because you tried your best. Time may be a factor. Oh, I couldn't do it because we didn't have enough time. I admit that I concede to that. But when it comes to having to depend on somebody and they don't realize they're in the same space as you are, it kind of like, what the hell am I doing?
It limits your free will.
And and how about yourself when you travel alone? That is the scariest thing I could think of. Okay, but because of fear factor. But when I realized it's a thing you need to do, because you need to find out who you are, not through other people, but through your experiences on your own. To say, hey, I saw this, I did this, I, not we as a group, because you're not getting the same experience that you're getting. Like when I feel like I wasted my money because I got something that you didn't get. Why didn't you get it? Why do you feel the same way? Mm-hmm. Well, it's not your thing. I didn't realize that. If I'd have realized that prior to that, I would have said, okay, you stay home. It's just,
I know, man.
It just hurts. It just hurts.
It's just, I know what you was. I think I know what you was had in your head. What you was going for, and but that time will come, man. I mean, it'll come. I think traveling alone is such a beautiful thing. I wouldn't say I did it all by myself. Obviously, I didn't fly the plane. I wasn't the people checking me in. I wasn't, but to do what you want, whatever you want, how you want it. Yeah. If you fail, you fail on your own. If you succeed, you succeed on your own. Or where I look at it, if I fail, I fail on my own. If I succeed, then we succeeded because I wasn't the only one that helped me get to that plane. Okay. But traveling with somebody like-minded, I can't imagine traveling with another me. Yeah. Shit.
That'd be terrible.
Man, that'd be great. That'd be great. What you want to do? I don't care what you want to do.
Exactly. What you do that all the way through.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. It's to find that travel buddy. That's what it is.
That's the key. Okay, you just put it right there. Okay. When you ask somebody,
I think that's a website too, Travel Buddy.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
It could be a porn site too.
Nah, I would have known that.
I don't know.
I would have known that.
Okay, anyway. Anyways, when you ask somebody that you're traveling with, and this is my biggest gripe. Okay, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to eat? Okay, and like you said, I don't know. What do you want to do? It's asking a question and getting a question back. I want answers. I don't want questions, okay? Questioning a question is not an answer, okay? That is the most frustrating. I finally realized if somebody does that to me, I'm going to get in their face and say, that's not an answer. Tell me what you want. If you have no answer, I'd rather have a no answer. Like, I don't know. That's an answer. Not, what do you want to do?
What about, I don't know, what do you want to do?
Exactly. I hate it. Because why would the fuck I ask you a question if I didn't want an answer?
Well, if I say I don't know, then I answered it. But
that's fine. I could take that. I could eat that. I could say, hey, okay, well, let me think of something we can both do.
That was my follow-up. I don't know. What do you want to do? And then you say, well, let's do this. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I hate, okay? One of my pet peeves is you're being lazy, okay?
I can see that.
I have all these things that I want to do, but I'm giving you the opportunity, hey, you might pick something that's in here and we'll do that, okay? Even if you say, hey, let's go do something that's not in there, I'll say, hey, let's go.
All right, so
that's my thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My gripe would be if somebody was like, if they be like, that would be my gripe. That would be my, hey, what do you want to do?
You know what I would do?
That would be
I would leave them at the airport and say, kiss my ass.
That would be my
gripe.
Yeah,
I got that.
Now, I would say, what do you want to do? Not because I'm being lazy, because of course, hey, I'll do what I want to do, but because I'm just thinking of your enjoyment. So if you say, hey, let's go jump off a building, I was like, all right, I'll get the parachutes. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't want a parachute. Let's go.
all right, well, I'll take the parachute. You don't have to take the parachute.
Here's the thing, okay? It's getting to the point where since I'm the leader of the pack pretty much, okay? All right. But as being a leader, you kind of get tired of making suggestions, okay?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
When we go, we'll just do this. You pick this one, I'll pick the next one. That way we ain't got to ask each other, hey, what do you want to do?
Itinerary, that's the key. That's the whole key.
And it could be a loose itinerary.
Exactly.
And then, hey, you pick first one, I'll pick the second one.
Exactly. That's how it's going to go.
And then if it rains that day, then we'll do mine and do yours.
It's all environmental.
It's two teamwork.
I get that. But
dual action.
But when you get to somebody who has a tendency not to think for themselves, who have a tendency to be told what to do all the time, it's like you gotta grow sometime. You gotta stick your foot out there and suggest something that, hey, let's go to the moon. Okay, let's see what we can do. At least it's something.
We call it Uber. I wonder what that rate would be.
Exactly. At least it's something. The whole premise of it is cost was no object. Money was no object. It wasn't a factor at all. It was one of those things. If you want to do it, we'll go do it. Okay.
Let's go rent a Bentley.
Exactly. I'm serious. Well, they had Ubers that you can get, like stretch limos and things like that. If you wanted to do it, okay. But your mind and your expansion wasn't there. It's like, okay, we're gonna go play Pokemon over here, and then I'm gonna take a picture of myself while we're playing Pokemon over here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, and then they'll be talking to somebody on the phone. I say, hey, you talking? No, I'm talking. Shut up. God, why am I here? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. It's because it's to me, it's like selfish.
It's a slap in the face.
To
somebody who wasn't here, who's not here.
Exactly, and it kind of like, you got to put things in perspective. You got to be in the moment. You got to understand why we're here. What are we doing?
Got to grow up.
Yeah, and it's
grow up.
It's something you'll never do again. Okay, and if you don't get the most out of it at the time you're doing it, you're lost. Okay, prime example. My daughter. Okay. We won't name names, but Elena. Okay. She's in such a hurry. Okay. She's always bored. Okay. But when she's doing something, she's in a hurry to do it. Okay. And that is the hardest thing. I have to put my brakes on. Okay. For instance, going to the Van Gogh experience. Okay. All right. I kind of like, this is something
you really wanted to do.
Big time. It was one of those things, and all I had.
You want to paint your damn backyard fence in the Van Gogh Starry Night.
The thing is, I only had to deal with one person, okay, and I kind of knew how, and sure enough, she did the same thing. I'm looking at something, and she's gone. Okay, I'm going to the next thing, and she's back. Okay, let's go. I said, what the?
Here's it.
It's like.
We know what that's called.
What?
It sounds like ADD.
Yeah.
Sounds like attention deficit.
I think so. I think she has.
Now, whether it's another D at the end of that, I don't know. But it's short attention span.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to the bottom of this one.
I'm bored.
Where does you think she gets that from?
I don't know.
Come on now.
You tell me, Doc. I'm on the couch. You're on the chair.
Didn't you say you might have a little touch of that?
Yeah.
Attention deficit?
Yeah. But I think I got the opposite of it. I kind of like, instead I pay more attention than less attention.
Do you?
I think so. I'm trying to train myself to actually slow down and smell the roses.
That's now.
Yeah, but
how
back then,
when you
yeah. I feel it, but the thing is, I don't want her to wait 40 years to realize that, hey, there's more to life than just running through a museum and not looking at anything. Okay.
But the difference between you now and her now is that age. Yeah. Because it took 40 years for your body chemistry to balance out, sort of.
Yeah.
So now that your brain chemistry can actually hold more than 3 seconds of attention span and not be bored.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're talking, and not guilting you. It's just.
Yes, you are.
What you're doing is you created a monster, which is yourself. You're talking to yourself in the female version.
I know.
Then too, can't forget this because it always go back to this. Always go back to this.
I love that. Oh, okay. What's this?
Food. The sugar.
I understand. Oh my God.
These neural excitatory stimulants has the brain going which way. Then they get on TikTok, YouTube, which is what every slide show, every image is like, it's 1 second. What is that training the brain to do? But think in 1 second. The body is gonna adapt so it could do the best at what it's doing.
I got you.
So it's becoming the best at processing information 1 second at a time, half a second at a time. When back in the day, way back in the day before TV, when you go outside or you look, you don't have a flickering image. You have a tree that sits there forever. Your brain is now being adapted to process this information at that speed, at that frames per second.
Right.
And so, video games, this anime shit. Have you ever seen anime? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen how they do it.
All the stuttering and flickering and changing and all this. How do you think the brain? That's the brain.
I don't know.
So now we feed our kids. We feed our kids this food, this media content, and then what? And then we expect for them to hold the attention and actually, because you have to hold your attention in order to penetrate something.
I'm such a bad parent.
Nah, you were bad if you knew this shit and you still did it. That's different.
I kind of did, but I didn't.
Yeah, no. See, that's the thing. We may know this shit, but we don't understand it. How often do we hear of all this bad shit or all these things, but yet it's only until later that it finally clicks and say, "Oh, now I understand it."
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to be able to hold the attention in order to penetrate and get to something deeper, to see beyond what you see. You can't do that if you're going off. If you processing 0 frames per second. It's impossible. So that's why eating the right foods is the beginning in order to get into some type of deeper understanding, expansion of consciousness. That's why, again, we rather take drugs to expand this consciousness because why? It's quick. We don't have to do no work. We just shoot that shit up and bang. We see God's face.
I need to get some of that right now.
I got some. I just don't have the I don't have the spoon.
Oh, okay.
And the
accoutrement.
Yeah, I don't the belt. I
Hey,
got a belt. We can use a belt.
Here's the thing where
I got my uncle's belt, but
yeah, okay.
I gotta wrap that bitch around like 36 times.
Here's the thing, that the thing I appreciate you the most is you hear something, you analyze it, and then you push it back or you put it back.
I'm analyzing it.
Yes, you are. You're analyzing it to the point where it's you make me feel guilty.
That's good. That's the start.
That's the part. Because now I realize, okay, it is my freaking fault.
Unconsciously.
Unconsciously.
Well,
no, it is my fault because I'm being lazy. I'm analyzing myself right now as you spoke to me.
Analyzing yourself?
I'm analyzing myself, which is, if you like that. Anyway. but
I'd rather you analyze me. I'm sorry, keep going.
No, that's all right, because you don't need, you're a self-analyzer yourself.
I'm anally fixated.
Yeah, all right. But no. The thing is, like I said, devil's advocate. You give the whole picture. I'm just looking at a small picture, and then that works because I'm finally opening up to the point where, hey, idiot, you did this yourself. Quit dumping on her because she did that, because hey, that's the way she's trained, pretty much,
We don't
that's
know
the way
no better.
But it's time to make a difference and time to change that. Let's do something different. Okay, I get that.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be because nobody wants to give up their drugs.
No.
That's
like giving up her chicken nuggets. She ain't gonna do that.
The chicken nuggets is not an issue.
Well, that's a big issue.
The chicken nuggets is okay. Now, what you put on the chicken nuggets and the dressing and the sugars around it, and protein is what you need, because protein is what takes time for your body to break down and process.
Okay, so we're doing good there, but the honey mustard is bad.
But all these other things that break down quickly in the body, the body has to process it quickly. Your brain is processing it. Everything is there's the bonds between each chain, each molecule is not as strong. So it's just boom. It's just like putting nitrous in a car. Just blast off, I'm just saying. So fats and protein is what will slow your ass down. That's the best way. You can also eat raw, but raw will fuck you up. Like it'll slow you down, but it'll fuck you up at the same time.
Right.
But with fats and protein, that'll slow you down, but it'll make you stronger.
It's like great effect, lousy results.
It's raw. It's raw, yeah.
I got you.
But you can't go wrong with what humans have been eating for the last gazillion years.
Yeah. And you can't help but the chemistry that's going in everything that you do and eat and breathe. And it's just, you can't, the only thing you can pretty much do is adapt and overcome the best you can.
That's all.
That's it.
But adapting, that's the thing. And that's why I call people weak.
Yeah.
But not because they're weak.
Okay.
Because I'm weak.
No.
But the weak shit is like, you're weak not because you're weak. And remember, I'm including myself in this also. But you're weak not because, and I'm not saying you, I'm just you in general.
As a group,
right?
Yeah.
You're weak not because you're weak, but because you're deciding, free will, to remain weak.
Okay. Stagnant. Yeah.
You're deciding not to get stronger, not to get better.
Right.
That's the weak part about you being weak.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially when you know better. That's the weak shit.
Like your sister and your mom and me. And
everybody has something about them that they know that they should improve, but if they decide, hey, I'm not going to do it because
it's hard.
I'm not going to do it because God already forgave me and I got my place in heaven. I swear that's what they think.
I agree totally. I agree with that statement because that is an excuse that they throw at you all the time.
God already forgave. Hey, we're going by the New Testament. That ain't about the Old Testament, even though it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yet they still want to quote shit from the Old Testament
just to make good. Yeah.
Right. Even though when you quote the other shit, like he slaughtered everybody, every town or whatever, that's in the Old Testament.
Nah, don't care. That was the bad God. The good God, he forgave everybody. Yeah.
Well, then stop mentioning the Old Testament altogether. You gotta be consistent. That's why Eastern religions are the most consistent.
You almost have to realize what God's plan was back then. Okay? You got to realize that when you talk about chosen people and these are his flock and that kind of thing. Okay? Well, if they're your favorites, what are you going to do with the people that ain't your favorites? You annihilate them to get out of their way so they can become better favorites or they can do their own thing.
You know what?
That's what a good dad does anyways. He'll do the best for his kids no matter what, and whoever gets in his way, they'll stomp on. That's the
like as if he was limited. And God was so limited. He has such limited resources that he can only give this some to no. You know what it sounds like when it comes to like Christians trying to reconcile all these contradictions and questions that people. It sounds like they believe in a parallel universes, and they hop back and forth between each dimension and universe, Marvel universe and DC universe, in order to make this universe work. Yeah. Because he went back over here, went through this wormhole
just to make sense of all. You can't do that. You can't.
That's what I say.
It's like, here's the fact. Okay, if you want to do fact, okay, here's the fact. Okay, you can't change that. You can't ignore it. It's always going to be there. Okay, the only thing is you have to understand it. If you understand it, then you can deal with what this fact is. Okay? Don't compare the two facts. They're each individuals. Okay? They're different entities. God of the Old Testament is one God. God of the New Testament is another one.
And if those two facts contradict each other,
right,
then there's something to be investigated. You can't just say, well, let's superstition bridge that gap and faith. Let faith bridge that gap. Because I don't want to, I'm scared to question that. Because if that falls apart, oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
Okay, all right.
The example, the prime example, okay. Now.
Prime rib example?
Prime rib example, okay.
Don't forget my box.
Yeah, don't forget. Okay. Is the God that flooded the earth is the same God that gave his only son to save the earth. Is that the same God? If it is, then we can't ignore anything that was done in the past because the past created the future. That's the way it is. Now, you can't make it look like, oh, that's bad, that's evil. No. Like you said, there's two things. There's a light and dark. They both have to exist at the same time. The darkness had to occur in order for the light to be brighter. The same thing with what happened to Jesus. He had to go into the darkness in order for him to become brighter. That's what happened. That's the God that we're dealing with today. All this evil that's occurring now in this planet is not our fault. Is it your fault? Is it our fault? Is it anybody's fault? No.
Nobody's fault.
It's going to happen. Okay? It's the darkness that is existing. What happens with the darkness? It creates a brighter light. Because what happens when say, for instance, a situation like 9/11? What happened when 9/11 occurred? People united together. They created charities. They got together, and this was only for 3,000 people that died. Okay. Look at Vietnam.
I think the thing is that they died at one time.
Right, but they died at one. Okay, but
like they died over a period of 100 years.
Okay,
which is kind of
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking 10 times that many. Okay,
right,
all right. That occurrence that happened. Okay, are you neglecting the fact that happened? Are you bringing that up? I mean, even though what the situation was, we were at war. Okay, but it's the bright that comes out of that darkness.
Alone, these events are negative.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, I want to throw in a word here, but I'm not going to because people have this connotations and conditioning that goes along with it. So
it's
I'm
not the N-word.
So I got to bring that up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold off on that word,
right.
but how can I explain this without using that word? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
So the people in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, all these tragedies, 9/11.
Right.
It's like graduation, right?
Yeah.
The soul is evolving, the spirit is evolving,
right.
And so at some point you have to graduate.
Right.
You know, you have to leave your body, right? Whatever. Get to the next stage. Something has to happen for you to get to that next point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these occurrences are those instances. It may look negative, but you're being propelled, catapulted to now continue your next journey. Whether your next journey is positive or negative doesn't matter. That's what you need to be next.
Right. I got you.
Now, everybody is tied together along these different journeys for different reasons. And when a group leaves together like that, then they're going to experience a next stage together.
Right.
Because they're tied.
Right.
They're connected.
I got you.
And they've been connected over time. But they can't do that unless they're not like pushed out, you know? Right. Nobody, especially when they're unaware of their own path, they're not going to willingly just get out of their body, you know? And they're not supposed to, because that means they got good body chemistry, you know? Because the body is trying to do everything to survive.
Yeah, no kidding. It's amazing.
So I did that without saying that one word, which is good. The other thing I wanted to...
No kidding. Good word.
The other thing I wanted to say when you said that God gave up his only son, is he never did. Because Jesus, when he died, went to heaven, right?
Yeah.
He was with God, and then when he came back, he was still with God because he is God. Right. So he really didn't give up anything. All he did was put his body to sleep. Okay. He just took a nap.
Okay.
You see,
his mortal coil was.
He never really, he never gave up his only son like many mothers and parents have lost their children. Yeah. You know. Yeah, like many parents have lost their children non-voluntarily, you know, unexpected. Now that's tragedy. But when you actually have a plan to give up and you know it's coming, you know, it's kind of like losing a parent and you know that... Martyr.
Same thing.
Yeah. It's like losing a parent and you know that you're going to lose them because you had time to prepare. Right. Versus them being snatched from you.
I got
you know, let's kind of like do away with this whole, God gave up his only son to save. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, it's another con. I'm sorry. It's a con. I told you before.
Is that the word?
It's a con.
That's the word?
Religion is the biggest pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing scheme con that there ever existed. Because when you go to every church, it's nothing but depressing views everywhere guilting you and shaming you,
Okay.
making you desperate.
That is the view of this individual, not of the company that we're dealing with. So keep that in
Yes.
mind when you listen to
But
this.
that is the
because
view.
that's on this guy, not on everybody in the room.
It's a con. It's a con. It's all sad. They want to make you feel desperate. Look, it's like a regular con.
I know.
Con. What do cons do? They prey on people who are desperate and vulnerable because they're willing to believe anything. And it's like, well, I can definitely get this or that for. I have no other choice. And oh man, I can. No, yeah, that's what cons do. They prey on the desperate, uneducated, and biggest con in the world, religion.
Okay. That sounds good.
Sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Are we pretty much...
No. Oh, let's talk about about niggas. I hope I still have this recorded.
Why is that?
This,
you got something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this was on my trip in France.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Now, you're gonna love this. You are gonna love this shit.
You get from religion is a scam to the N-word people.
To niggas. All right, watch this. All right, watch this. All right. It's
Talk about a leap.
I have a leap of faith.
No,
Yeah.
you're doing something here.
I got two audio clips, totaling about 3 minutes and some change.
Okay.
All right. Now, for y'all who have not heard the episode titled "How to Listen to This Show" or this podcast, I don't know what number it is. Go back and listen to that, and then listen to this, or listen to this and then go back and listen to that. Either way,
listen to both.
Yeah, just a quick before I play this.
Okay.
Quick rehash.
Right.
Nigga, ain't nothing wrong with that word. It has history beyond these last 100 years, 200 years. It's how you use it. Context is right and wrong. It just depends. Like any other word, any other action is the context. You know.
And who's saying it?
Yeah, all that is the context.
That's the key. Who's saying it?
You know, like I said, you just sit on a brown couch right now, right?
Yeah, it looks brown.
Okay, so brown couch right now to us means nothing.
Right.
But if somebody came in here and I don't know, they got raped or something on a brown couch, that brown couch to them is gonna trigger some shit that's not gonna be good, you know? So in that instance, that brown couch is not good. It's negative for that person. But for us, it's nothing. You know, it's positive for you because you're chilling. You know, it's supporting you right now.
I hope that didn't happen on this couch.
It could. It's about to happen.
Go ahead.
Wait till we turn this shit up. We'll leave it on. I want them to hear everything. All the anal analogy going on, everything.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so, and that's with any word.
Okay.
It could be nigga, it could be...
It's the trigger.
Yeah,
it's the trigger,
so
whatever.
it's the person. So, like I said, I respect those who don't want to hear it because their experience with it has been different. You know, but if you're saying that it's bad just because you heard that it's supposed to be bad, or because you heard some stupid people use it in a bad way, then that's a little bit myopic. You know, you gotta do some critical thinking there. Do some research. Don't be lazy and
don't be too sensitive.
Yeah.
Open-mindedness. Yeah. That's what you gotta have.
Don't be hopping on the first dick you see. You know, all I'm saying. All right. So with that said,
go ahead.
All right. So now
there went our 2 subscribers.
Go ahead.
This was on the tour guide with Chinese.
Nice.
Right?
They're getting everywhere.
Now one was from the UK, and he looked like a younger version of you.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not Chinese though. Okay.
You're not Chinese?
No, not
Why I
today.
keep thinking you Chinese?
Because it's easy to say because there's more Chinese than Japanese. That's why.
Ah, okay.
And it is.
Okay.
It's a population thing.
Okay.
There's more of them than us.
Oh, that's all that matters.
It's like if there's a bunch of black people in one group and you can't pick out the one that's from England, can you?
When they say hello,
Oh,
got some crumpets and biscuits.
oh, don't go there. You just ruined the podcast.
Tea time.
Yeah. Edit. Okay, go ahead.
Where's the queen? All right, all right.
God,
So all right.
it's getting worse.
So the tour guide were Chinese, and it was just me and this other Chinese lady, right?
No shit.
Now
Okay.
there's two. I'm pretty sure there's more than two, but there's the two major ones is traditional Chinese, and you got simple Chinese.
Okay.
One is Cantonese.
Okay.
I believe is the traditional,
Okay.
and Mandarin is the simple, or vice versa. Look it up yourself.
One, I think the differentiation is urban and country. That's the.
I could see
think
that.
That's what I think.
I
That's
could
what
see
it is.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Chinese would speak to the Chinese woman,
Right.
letting her know this is what we're, in Chinese, and then the English guy would speak to me.
In Chinese.
Well,
Figure that one out, man.
I wanted him to speak to me in Chinese just for this, but he didn't.
All right.
So check this out.
All right.
See if you can put this up.
Oh man, you're. Oh, this is technology.
No, that was an accident.
Oh,
That came up on his own. I don't know what that was.
I thought you had it built in.
Now I got them on suspense.
Okay. 2 hours later.
All right. All right, ready? Here we go.
Okay.
So, Mr. Patrick,
Yes?
in Cantonese, what does nigga mean?
What is this?
It means this?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering because in America it means something completely different.
And said,
Legal.
From America?
In America, it's something different.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
So I was just curious.
Yes. Are you from America?
Yeah.
Where?
Virginia Beach. Well, a lot of places, but the last 10 years is 15. Virginia Beach.
My husband lives in America.
Okay. What part?
And my brothers.
What part?
Ohio, Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Ohio. Okay, that's LeBron James. He was born there. Yeah. Okay.
Nice to
He
meet
was
you.
Same here.
Ah, good one.
Didn't use that
So
one,
it
did
means
you?
this? Okay. Alright. Curious. For a second there, I thought it was talking about me.
Lisa，我已经到的了，刚进停车场，我停好车就过来码头的，所以你等我哈。You hear him say a lot, like at the start of a sentence, right?
Yeah, I figured it was some transitionary.
Yeah. It's because a lot of people do it because they're like thinking. So like they say,
Okay.
how it's stuttery,
Okay. I know.
Nothing impure, really.
No, it's to me it's nothing impure anyway. It's just words. It's what you attach to it. But it's kind of like Spanish people. They like to say like
Scusa, in Italy.
Scusa. What's that?
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
I knew that.
But now you do. That was that one. And then the last one.
All right, now hold
that
on.
was explaining it. Now I want you to hear them use it.
Okay, now here's the thing. You have to explain because he didn't say what it was.
He did. He said this.
What is this?
Nigga in Cantonese means this. So it's when they're saying, like, let's
Oh,
say...
you're kidding. I didn't even get that. I thought when you said this, it's like, what is this?
No, it's the actual
that's
word
the answer.
this.
Yeah, I got you. Now.
Like,
okay,
this,
that's weird.
this thing right here, no, it's this right here, this.
I got you.
Transition, you
That's
know,
a
this.
hard, that's a comedy. That's a comedy.
So this is this.
This is Nick.
This is what, this is how they use it.
Okay, go ahead. All right, that's good.
各据这样子的独立一个城邦一个国家这样的。威尼斯的为什么能独立成为一个威尼斯共和国呢？因为它经济很好，它是凭什么经济呢？就是做海上的贸易，就是像我们听过的世界之路因为威尼斯的航海，意大利的航海家有一个在那个。简努的中文叫伊纳瓦那个城市诞生了一个航海家哥伦布不是，对不起，哥伦布是另外一个，也是航海家，就是这边那个谁那个叫。为什么忘了名字？那个叫，我中了那个 COVID 的后遗症，很容易忘了东西。那个叫什么？那个叫马可波罗。对，马可波罗，这是从威尼斯海。
That is funny.
See, now somebody want to make a big fuss about that shit. Would have fucked everybody up in that damn van.
Well,
nigga, what? Nigga, who?
How many were there?
I was the only nigga in the car.
That's what I'm talking about. So you were like, what? You ain't talking to me, right?
That's what I said earlier. That for a second there, I thought...
I'm being discriminated here.
So...
That is wild, man. That is wild.
They were throwing around that world like it was nothing.
But the context, right?
Context.
It's all about it. Now, I'm getting to understand why Chinese restaurants do well in black neighborhoods. I kind of think of that, you know? It's right there.
That's a good one. There's a Chinatown everywhere.
Exactly. And it's like, who goes there to eat?
Niggas.
Exactly. Because this is the place.
So they'd be like, nigga. Like, this nigga.
No, that's a, what is that? That's a, what do they call that? When you use two words that mean the same thing, but they're different.
Is it a homonym?
It's
a homonym. Hominous.
How many?
How many?
That is wild. That is good. That is excellent. That.
Nigga.
Now, here's the thing, okay? You're going to high school, okay? And they're teaching Chinese.
Mm.
And the teacher puts down the board, or they say, okay. I'm not going to say it because I can't say it. Okay.
But you're Chinese.
But I'm not.
All you saying is this.
but like you go to an urban neighborhood and they're teaching Chinese, you know, it's like, what? I mean, you're talking about riots there, you know. I was only saying this.
This what? This nigga. Nigga, please.
This, please? Oh, that's a good one. Anytime you say it, you can say this.
That's a good one. I will say that. This, please.
Exactly.
I
can say this.
You can say that.
No. It's
too late.
I know, I can say this.
Too late.
This, please.
You already said nigga, please.
This. That is perfect. I can consciously say that without feeling
right. And you can say that around anybody.
Anybody.
Unless the person who you're around got insulted using the word this.
This is half and half.
You know?
He's half black, half Chinese. Then he'd be upset.
Then he can't say no words.
Be quiet. Well, kung fu you. Wow, man. This is great.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good...
Hey, and when did you learn this? On a trip to Europe.
Yep.
You know, from a Chinese
And I
guy.
was open-minded.
Right, and from a Chinese guy in France. Now, how international can that get?
And imagine if I took offense to that and I had them not say that word. It would have been a hard conversation. They couldn't.
How do you replace the word this?
You can say it in Spanish.
All right, what's in Spanish?
Esto.
That sounds like asshole.
Asbestos.
Wow.
Anyway,
wow. You took it that long to tell me that? That's just awesome, though. That's good, though.
You know, we were interrupted with our France trip thing. So,
okay, I got you. That would have been perfect on that because that would have like clicked with our previous. You know, hey, you're gonna say this and you're gonna say this.
Can't get away from it now.
I got to think about that when I say that. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Works for me.
All right, well,
All
shit.
right. I think we're pretty much
I think
done.
we're good. We covered. Next time,
Damn,
we gotta talk about the deck.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta stop by the store and get some.
Yeah.
food.
Let's get a list of and maybe even put it on paper to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll print it out.
Okay.
Once I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Once you agree with it, I'll print it out and then we'll take that to the store. And,
Okay. All right.
and do that. So
I'm thinking about using whatchamacallit.
cedar.
No. The other stuff. The plastic.
Oh, you want a plastic deck?
I'm thinking about
Ooh.
using that. I'm thinking about it.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. But I know.
It's
Yeah, what it is? Your
well,
shit.
you haven't worked with it, so that's kind of like different, you know.
Yeah, so,
But I like something that I
But it
don't
should
have
be easier because it should be a lot easier because they're all the same size, exactly the
And
same.
there's
With
not-
wood, you got to worry
That's
about
what I'm
some.
talking about.
Yeah,
And there's no warpage. There's no expansion.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it should be a lot easier.
The only thing is the frame underneath doesn't matter.
You would have to do some wood at some
We're
point.
going to use salt treated underneath for the supports.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, all right, I got to visualize this. Okay, I know what you use with the foundation with the cement. Okay, and it's got the square cutout. It's got the cutout, so it looks like a castle, like where it's got the turrets. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? And the wood stays in the frame to hold it in place. So that's what you put the actual floor on, right?
I'll show you right here. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it helps me to understand how we do this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It looks like a castle. Okay, got you.
And underneath that, you put big rocks.
Okay.
So that the water and all that doesn't creep up and it's just nice.
Now under the rock though, you put like plastic or something to keep.
You can, you can.
Did you? I mean, are you,
I didn't do that because I was on the
roof, but do you? But it's a membrane underneath it. So, but I mean, what would you recommend, doing that or not?
I mean, you can't go wrong doing it, not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, doing it, you can't. It's always gonna be more.
Yeah.
So, and it's not gonna be like super expensive anyway. So it's nothing but a sheet of plastic.
All right.
But of course, the more the more the better.
Okay.
The way I've seen it done on here is mostly without. Like even if you see here, if you see there,
Oh shit. Okay.
see,
Okay.
there's no
All right.
plastic underneath.
Okay.
And I don't even think they got rocks underneath.
Okay.
So I think the rocks is the membrane. You
Right.
see?
Okay. Now the situation is, this is holding this up, right? Or
What?
that's not on the ground.
What is?
Okay, that is touching the ground. Is it level with the block, or is the block holding it up?
Right. It's not level with the ground.
Okay,
If they did that.
those are above ground.
Right.
Okay, they're not touching.
Right. They're not
Okay,
touching.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, would we have to do the prep work in order to do that type of work, or what?
Yeah,
would we do?
that's what I want. That's gonna be the hardest part. We
Okay.
just dig,
Okay,
and the hardest part is it's not even the digging. Really, it's getting it level.
level. Okay.
Is
okay.
moving the blocks,
Okay.
sifting the dirt, make sure getting the rocks
Okay.
and all that, doing like that. And you don't even have to dig. See, they did a whole trench.
Right.
If we could just dig squares.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to dig a little bit, but maybe the trench will work
Okay.
because also you get breathing. So
Yeah.
I can see why they did that. So
Okay. You got a little airflow underneath it a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah.
Okay.
especially if you decide, well, if you don't decide, if you do wood
Mm-hmm.
instead of plastic,
Yeah.
then you need that air
Mhm.
when it rains.
I
You
got
wanna,
you. To
so
dry it out.
Right. So,
I got you.
so yeah, the trench would be better, and it
Okay.
probably would be better to even everything out anyway. It'd be just simpler.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's pretty much. Let me take a snapshot of that.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, but we would have to do 4 of these, 4 rows, because you got the gazebo
Right.
and you want support.
Right,
We can
right.
even do 5. It's
Whichever,
up to-
whatever.
you know,
Yeah. Whatever.
That thing is kind of heavy.
Yeah.
And shit, we might have to do 5 rows.
Okay.
Just to
Well, hey, the thing is, the stronger the better. I mean,
right.
you know.
Like I'd rather be over than
Then yeah.
2, we'll get the materials list, and then
Okay.
we can also ask somebody that's there.
Okay.
Say it's 5 like too much, or maybe they say 6. So.
Okay. All right.
But at least we're not starting with nothing.
I got you. Okay.
But that's the hardest part, man. Once we lay the foundation, everything else
Everything goes
is
snap.
zip.
Okay.
So.
And I'm definitely going to buy new guns and everything like that too. So we'll have tools.
You
that
can't bring it from work.
I'd rather own my own.
I know, but
You know.
let me see.
I still got to. Thank you for reminding me about having whatchamacallit,
I'm gonna send you this pic just so you can
Van Gogh. I still want to do that.
think about it. All right. Well, let me get that box and let me
Oh yeah. You still want that?
with that shit.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that was a good session today.
Oh man, I think that was one of our best ones.
Yeah, it always seems to go back to religion.
It has to, because I think that's our basis of what we're doing.
Well, I think that's what we're interested in that. It's not like we're forcing it, but I don't know.
It's a good philosophy too. Philosophy is trying to explain the meaning of life. That's burgers and salmon free money.
All right.
Yeah.
What kind of burgers you got here? I don't care about the sound. Oh, you got some. Oh, these are burgers. These are burgers.
Yeah. There's 4 in each box.
100% guaranteed. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know what they are. Oh,
Let me know how they taste too, because
let's see what they're 85 or
I haven't tried them yet.
85, 15. I don't know what the motherfuckers are, but they're from Omaha. Omaha Mutual.
Those are real cows.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. And if you like that, let me know, because like I said, I've got original Omaha burgers too that I haven't done yet.
Hey, look.
Let you try those.
When it comes to fish and burgers, I'm your man.
Okay.
Okay?
I got you.
That's me. All right, man. Texas fella.
Texas forever.
It was a good
Excellent.
one. And, Texas fella.
What is it? Cathartic?
Oh,
Yeah.
cathartic.
Very
Yeah,
cathartic,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I kind of like feel better now.
Oh, about Boston.
Yeah, about the kid and everything too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, remember, she's only
I know.
13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, only 13.
God, I hate
I gotta remind myself that about my niece too.
Yeah.
She's only 17. Even though when I was 17, I was a G, but she's only.
I was a nerd, but that's all right. I'd rather her be herself. That's the key. But also, don't do stupid things, come on. And don't be lazy. Which she is.
Don't be lazy.
Exactly.
Generation lazy.
That's right.
Z.
Lazy, yeah.
Yeah. All right now.
All right.
Texas forever.
Thanks forever. Have a nice day.